The boy tosses a coin from a high place. Under the force of gravity, it falls into the ventilation ducts, and after bouncing back several times, it coincidentally catches on the exhaust fan blades. As the fan blades continue to run, the coin is thrown at a high speed. It shoots through the gas pipes. A large amount of gas seeps into the dining room through the ventilation ducts, and the people dancing in the dining room do not realize it. At that moment, a bartender is uncorking a wine bottle. A wooden cork just misses a crystal pendant, and as it falls, a crack is made in the floor. As the crowd continues to stomp on it, the crack begins to spread. That's when the woman realized something was wrong, before she could react. The waiters are relaxing and listening to a song. In the restaurant, people start to run away in panic. The chef lights a woman's hair on fire. The fire spreads quickly, but to make matters worse, she runs into a vent. The gas ignites instantly. There's a violent explosion. The woman escapes by hiding under a table. The waiter shouts for them to use the stairs. The woman is about to evacuate. She's pushed back by the panicked crowd. The boy selfishly pushes his way through the crowd. He runs down the stairs first, but the others aren't so lucky. The staircase wall breaks down. They fall through the crack. The waiter warns the woman to take the elevator, but the elevator is already filled with people trying to escape. An old man pushes the woman down, despite the waiter's warnings that the elevator is overloaded. He insists on getting in. When the doors jam, the malfunctioning elevator falls rapidly. The woman is so terrified she can't speak. She scrambles around the restaurant, but the restaurant is already tilting because of a cracked wall. Everyone starts to look for support, but they keep slipping over the edge. Just then, a coin fell from a chandelier. It hit a piano. As the coin stopped spinning, and the piano lid suddenly closed. In the end, all the customers were killed except the woman. Even the little boy who managed to escape downstairs was not spared. This is a perverted survival challenge. 3 men and 2 women are trapped in a secret room. They have iron buckets on their heads. There are also iron chains tied around their necks. And at the end of the chains is a huge wall. The wall is covered with sharp saw blades. Just as they wake up, the mechanism suddenly activates. The saw blades start spinning wildly. As the chains tighten, they are slowly pulled towards the huge wall. Only sacrificing blood can bring redemption. So at the critical moment, the girl tries to stretch her arm towards the saw blade. Blood splatters. The spinning saw blades stop rotating. She immediately tells the others to follow suit. Only then do they escape danger. But unfortunately, one man has been in a coma. When he wakes up, it's already too late. The game continues. They arrive at an abandoned warehouse. Only one word is written on it: confess. Before they can react, the puppet lets out a strange laugh. The mechanism activates again. The chains start to tighten rapidly. The woman hurries to tell them to confess. The man says he regrets selling a motorcycle to a teenager, which caused the teenager to speed and lose his life. The woman says she shouldn't have left the child on the bed, leading to her husband rolling over and accidentally crushing the child to death. Everyone keeps trying to confess, but it has no effect at all. Just then, the man notices there is a tape recorder on the puppet. He pulls it hard. The crisis is temporarily resolved. The woman looks up. The other end of the chains passes through the roof. If the chains activate again, they will definitely be strangled to death. Suddenly 3 potions fall from the roof, each with some numbers written on it. It turns out one of them once robbed a passerby's bag. The passerby had an asthma attack while chasing, and the medicine for treatment was in the bag. That person took the money, but didn't return the medicine. Among these 3 potions, 2 are harmless. One is a bottle of sulfuric acid with extremely strong corrosiveness, and the numbers on them hint at the correct answer. While everyone is busy looking for the answer, the man notices that the woman is acting strangely, so he holds the potion and forces her to choose. 3.65. This is exactly the amount of money the woman stole that time. She killed a person for such a small amount of money. Fear makes her hesitate, but just then the mechanism activates again. A man picks up a fly and swallows it. $5 in a flash. Level 2. Make a child cry in 5 minutes. $50. Then a little girl came to the door. He blocked the toilet.
Hey, your mommy doesn't love you.
Yes, she does.
They don't want to let you know, but the man from the orphanage is coming to take you away.
Mommy!
He won again. $50. The man came to the church to confess. Then the phone call came again. Level 3. The man wants to burn the church dolls. That's blasphemy. But when he hears that the prize is $500, the man carries his faith to the corner. He lights a match. The $500 is in his pocket. But he wasn't paying attention. The fire was too strong. The whole church was burning. The man had to activate the alarm before he could escape. Level 4. Helping Granny with the clothesline. But when he's done, the $10 million came straight to him. The man froze. A bad feeling came over him. him. At that moment, he saw a group of motorcycles approaching at high speed. The man felt something strange. He was about to go up and check it out. Suddenly, a wire cut into his neck. He looked both ways. It turns out that the wire he hung himself on has become a murder weapon. He yelled at them to stop, but no one heard him. He had to pull the nails out of the road as hard as he could. Well, it was a good scare, but it wasn't over yet. The man looked into the distance. A man in black suddenly appeared. He hangs another wire, and when the man turned around, those teenagers turned back again. The man was completely panicked. He ran for his life. He screamed at the top of his lungs, but this time there was nothing he could do to stop them. The man was frozen in place. He realizes that this is not an easy game. The man jumps from a great height. He lands perfectly on top of a moving train. He sees that he still has 80 years left to live, so he goes even higher, 10,000 meters up. As he falls, a plane catches him midair. But not everyone is as lucky as him. Take this woman for example. She finds out she only has 3.5 hours to live. To avoid any danger, she refuses to ride in her boyfriend's car. At the same time, her phone starts ringing. It says she has violated the user agreement. When she opens the app again, only 1 minute is left. She rushes home in a panic, but her phone keeps ringing non-stop. She thinks the only solution is to turn it off. The next moment, as the countdown hits 0, the woman dies instantly. At the same time, her boyfriend is in a car accident. He ends up in the hospital, but he refuses the surgery scheduled for that night. He checks his phone. It shows he only has 19 hours left to live. The man quietly leaves. The woman shares what happened with her co-workers. Curious, they all download the app. They each have several decades to live. But when it's her turn, she sees she only has 2 days left. Still, she doesn't take it seriously. That night, the surgery is about to begin. The man sees he has less than 3 minutes remaining, so he decides to skip the operation. Right then, his phone rings again. It shows he's violated the user agreement. At first, he ignores it, but when he looks into the mirror, a dark shadow suddenly appears behind him. He turns around but sees nothing. He rushes into the hallway, trying to use a door to block whatever is coming, but it only speeds up his death. When he tries to leave, it's already too late. He hears fast footsteps behind him. Looking closer, it turns out to be his girlfriend. Then his phone falls to the ground. As the countdown ends, the man dies too. The next day, the woman hears the news. She feels a chill run down her spine. To confirm her theory, she takes his phone, drags his body out, and opens his eyelids. She checks the phone and sees the timer at 0. From that moment on, she becomes obsessed with the countdown. She even cancels plans with her father. But right after ending the call, her phone receives the same message. This woman will die in 10 minutes, and the entire South Korea will live stream the process. For easier viewing, the walls of the woman's house were smashed open. The chaebol put on white masks and sat in the best viewing positions. And this live stream will bring the woman a reward of 3 billion won. She was originally a single mother raising 2 children alone. But 5 days ago on her birthday, a cloud of white mist suddenly appeared and told her that she would die at 3 p.m. 5 days later. At that moment, the woman fell into complete despair. It turned out that several people had received such death prophecies recently, and every time the prophesied time comes, 3 black monsters will descend from the sky. The person who was prophesied will be burned to charcoal. Knowing that her days were numbered, the woman found a mysterious man. He founded a church, specializing in propagating the will of God. The woman originally thought the man would help her, but he offered a reward of 3 billion won. The requirement was to live stream the death process. The woman immediately agreed. Soon the day of the prophecy arrived. All media set up cameras one after another. The police were also ready. They were determined to catch the 3 monsters today. As the countdown began, the woman sat trembling in her home. At the moment the countdown ended, the 3 monsters suddenly broke through the wall and entered. Everyone was stunned. The monsters rushed towards the woman quickly. In an instant they knocked her to the ground. The police chief ordered his men to shoot quickly, but obviously everyone was already scared stiff. Only the police chief rushed forward with his gun, but he was punched flying by the monster. Just like that in the live stream watched by the whole country, the woman was burned to coke by the monsters. However, the next second, the monsters suddenly turned around and rushed towards the chaebols. Everyone froze in place. At this time the police arrived at the scene. Looking at the charred woman, a policeman took off his glasses, took off his shoes, he knelt down, and the unexplainable